surprising religion coming out and new career she's starting that'll make you sick. If you had hopes and dreams of Hillary Clinton fading into obscurity, or maybe even prison orange, after her loss to President Trump last November, you might want to brace yourself for disappointment. The attention-seeking former First Lady can't seem to give up the limelight, and she's apparently willing to defile any position to stay in it. As if Hillary in the Oval Office weren't hilarious enough for you to imagine, she's now picked out a profession that's, even more, ludicrous than that. She set her sights on being a woman of the cloth. That's right, the woman that millions of Americans think should be behind bars is now conniving as to how to set up shop behind the pulpit. Apparently, if you can't get people to vote for you the honest way, using their faithfulness to God is also an option on the table. Via The Atlantic. Hillary Clinton wants to preach. That's what she told Bill Shillady, her longtime pastor, at a recent photo shoot for his new book about the daily devotionals he sent her during the 2016 campaign. Scattered bits of reporting suggest that ministry has always been a secret dream of the two-time presidential candidate. Last fall, the former Newsweek editor Kenneth Woodward revealed that Clinton told him in 1994 that she thought all the time about becoming an ordained Methodist minister. She asked him not to write about it, though, "It will make me seem much too pious." The incident perfectly captures Clinton's long campaign to modulate, and sometimes obscure, expressions of her faith. Now, as Clinton works to rehabilitate her public image and figure out the next steps after her brutal November loss, religion is taking a central role. After long months of struggling to persuade Americans that she is trustworthy, authentic, and fundamentally moral, Clinton is lifting up an intimate, closely guarded part of herself. There are no more voters left to lose. In sharing her faith, perhaps Clinton sees something left to win, whether political or personal. I hate to be the one to break it to Mrs. Clinton, but I don't think there's any chance for rehabilitating that image. She did everything within her power to win the presidency, probably including illegal acts, such as murder, and when that didn't work, she's just looking for followers any way she can get them. This might trick those who already want to believe that she still has a soul, but everyone else is going to see right through her, like through a ghost on Halloween. The Atlantic. Her move may have been strategic, but it also may have cost her. As primary season approached last year, nearly half of Americans described Clinton as not very or at all religious or said they didn't know what her religion was. The conservative commentator Eric Erickson pointed out that some leaders were more willing to believe Trump is a Christian without ever professing Jesus as his Lord and Savior than they were to believe Clinton's stated faith in the gospel. The challenge was a little less with the campaign and more with a progressive infrastructure, said Joshua Du Bois, who led faith outreach for the 2008 Obama campaign and served as the head of Obama's Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships. He wrote his own version of Shillady's book in 2013, about the daily readings that inspired President Obama. Clinton's supporters too often felt like there had to be a binary choice between engaging religious Americans and Secretary Clinton being a strong progressive, Du Bois said. He was skeptical that reaching out to religious groups would have changed the outcome of the election, but could Secretary Clinton potentially have gained a few more votes on the margins by having some Catholics events in Michigan or Wisconsin, or evangelical round tables in those places? He said. Perhaps. Once a politician has spent as many years in the public eye as Clinton has, always trailed by a faint cloud of real or imagined scandal, it becomes impossible to distinguish the authentic from the tightly controlled public image. It's ironic that Clinton has chosen this period in her life, on the heels of failure, fading out of public life, to celebrate a part of herself that she cherishes, just as millions of other Americans cherish their faith. Perhaps, after being unwilling to wield her faith as a voter recruitment tool, she's willing to sacrifice her privacy in a final bid for public redemption. Or perhaps she is settling into an alternate path, one she's apparently fantasized about in secret for a long time. I suppose we can't blame her preacher for backing her up. Apparently, he's been involved with the Clintons for a long time, and he probably took their spiritual well-being on before anyone knew what kind of people they are. And now he's bound to be scared for his life. There are some folks who are willing to risk taking her off though. The Church of Satan has a response to her announcement and it's the best thing you'll read all day. I guess there are some things that are too evil even for the Church of Satan. I have nothing to add that would top that. Thank you for watching. What do you think about this?